And now I'd like to introduce my dear friend, Doug McClay. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. And you went to Thailand, and we get to see and get to hear. How exciting. Well, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I guess I need this, right?
Yeah, you're going to need that.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. So I'm Doug. I went to Thailand recently. Since I started working at Walla Walla University 10 years ago, my parents who worked there before me bugged me for those 10 years to go with Pedrito, Dr. Pedrito, to Thailand on his mission trip. And every year I had something else to do until 2 years ago, and I went along with him. And so this is just a little bit about the mission trip we go on to Thailand. I usually just sleep through the sermons, so this is going to be a little awkward when I fall asleep up here. So I'm also not really good. I'll probably look up here because it's bigger and I can see it. So, to start this off, I'm going to ask two questions because I work in education, and that's how you want to start a lecture, is asking questions, and then not really answer them. So in the Bible, how many people did Paul baptize that we know of? Yeah, think about it. And this will get into the presentation. But then how many people did Paul welcome into the family of God? So, you're getting to the end. We don't need to finish. Yeah. So, when Dr. Reed started this trip 20 years ago, he had done the traditional mission trips where he would go to a country that was already Christian and baptize 10,000 people. He would go to a country that was Christian and build a church. He would go into a country and do what he thought the people needed done there. And so he went, when he was planning to go to Thailand, I forget what order my slides are in. I made them, but now I don't remember. Thailand is, so this is good. This is what I wanted to say next. So Thailand is in the 1040 window, which has the highest concentration of non-Christians in the world. And so when he was planning this trip to go to Thailand, he wanted to do something different. And so instead of just going there and doing what he thought people needed, he talked to our Adventist university over there, Asian Pacific International University, and he asked them, this is pretty nice, so we'll go to this one. I'm getting ahead of myself. So that was his question: how do we represent Christ in Thailand, which is primarily Buddhist? So he called the university and he asked them what they needed us to do for them. And he asked the question, how can we show the love of Christ to the people that are there? So the university put him in contact with a farmer, a paraplegic farmer, that had no children and were elderly. And so for the last 20 years, Pedrito has been like their older son, even though he's older than the wife and the husband. So I think he's kind of like their child. He's been going back over there every 20 years and helping with the farm. You can see the farmer. I have a laser pointer, so that's great. You can see the farmer here. He and his wife here, and these are the kids from this last year who went with us from Walla Walla, and Dr. Pedrito back there. And so they put him in contact with this farmer, and he's been going every year to help him. And you can see the work that we do on the farm. So it's not, they only use manual tools. They don't want to use any electricity there. The only real modern, they just got electricity like maybe 5 years ago on the farm. And so the only modern conveniences they really have is a fan and a TV. So, but they don't use any other sort of power tools or anything. Everything is done by hand. And then I put in some pictures of dogs because I was on the trip. This is actually, Pedrito was preaching at the farm because we have church service over there. And I looked over and this dog was taking a bath. So I just kind of thought it was humorous when you're caught in the bath while the sermon's going on. So these are the farm dogs.
Is that full of water specifically for dogs to take a bath, or is there another purpose for that water?
I don't know. Everything has multiple purposes over there. So, yeah. So there we have church at the farm, and students come from the Adventist University out to the farm and worship with us while we're there. And then so recently, this last year, the farmer's passed away, which is really tragic. So but his wife, who was a Buddhist, actually is, when he passed away, has started having Bible studies with the students from AIU. And then my time is usually spent at the elementary school, so I don't really spend a lot of time at the farm because Pedrito knows I have to do farming at home on our property, so he wants me to do something different, I guess, there. So I'm at the elementary school. So he started including this element of the trip because we had too many people. So we go to the elementary school and we just spend time with the kids. We're like the substitute teachers there. In other words, we're supposed to teach them English, and we spend probably like 5 or 10 minutes teaching them English, and then we go outside to play volleyball. The fun little thing is the kids don't actually know how to play volleyball, so we spend all the time chasing the volleyball when they hit it outside the court. But we just go there and we be their friend. We're not trying to evangelize or convert them. We're just showing them the love of Jesus, just spending time with them. And so we do some teaching, we do some crafts and arts. Every year we do something a little bit different with the kids. I think this last trip, one of the students brought balloons to make balloon animals with for the children, and they really like that. And so every year, depending on who's with us, they always bring new and unique things. And so, yeah, we just teach them English there at the school. And then, like I said, this was mostly about being their friend, spending time with them. And then I take a lot of instant photos while I'm over there, and the kids really love those, so because they get all excited. I open a box when I get to the school in the morning, and I don't know, I think they hear the foil ripping, and they just all show up, and like 20 photos are gone in like 5 minutes. And so this year I'm prepared. I'm taking 24 boxes of photos, 480 photos with me to take of all the kids over there to leave there with them. And so we're saying goodbye at the school because the next part of the trip is we head out to the border with Myanmar to an orphanage out there on the border, which actually came about. Pedrito used to go to another orphanage, and he just started going to this one recently. And it's a really positive experience. So this is just the whole school with all the students and the faculty there, the teachers and everybody in our group. So the orphanage we go to is the Bamboo Children's Refuge orphanage on the border of Myanmar. We actually only spend 2 nights there, but the kids, the students who go with us say it's the best part of the trip, and they wish we'd spend more time at the orphanage with the kids there. Most of the kids are Karen, and so they come from Myanmar. And the lady who runs the orphanage is, I always make her older. I say she's 87, but that's a matter of respect by making her a bit, giving her more age so she's wiser and but she's actually, I think, 78, and she's been running this orphanage for 23 years. She's actually a New Zealander. They call her Momo Cat, which in the Karen language is, I believe, grandmother or mother, and her name is Catherine. And so when she came to Thailand, she was a missionary with her husband, and her husband decided to leave her, steal all of her money, and leave her stuck there in Thailand. And then she was also diagnosed with blood cancer. And she decided before she died, she was going to do something good for the children over there. So she opened this orphanage, which is kind of a miracle because I think there was a guy who couldn't take care of his daughter and gave the daughter to her. And in that process, he also gave her land that was covered with bamboo. And so here she is with cancer, with no support. And so she starts working on her own, cutting down the bamboo to create this orphanage out of the jungle. So 23 years later, she's cancer-free and still alive, and she's running this orphanage. She has like about 80-some kids there, and when she moved there, when her husband left her, she only had the money in her pocket, which was about 87 baht, which is probably about $3 in the U.S. So she's completely independent funded. Yeah, people just, money, whatever she needs just shows up. And she does this incredible work with the kids because part of the, how they eat, rice is essential to their meals. And so if they don't have rice, they don't think they're going to eat. And so she said once she was out giving out, she had the kids out in the community with at the refugee camps handing out bags of rice they had. And they gave away their last bag of rice. And the kids asked her, Momo, how are we going to eat tonight? And she said, God will take care of it. So when they got back to the orphanage, there was a huge truck filled with rice that had been sent over from Bangkok for her. So it's just, yeah, so it's a real miracle story of what's going on there. And she just does what we're over there to do, just shows the children this love of Christ. And there's a lot more to the story, but you have to wait for the book, I guess. So the kids, we just go there, we spend time with the children, just hanging out, doing whatever needs to be done around the orphanage for her. We're playing Uno, we cook with them. And we take lots of pictures. Yeah, I think this girl here, she had just walked over from the Myanmar a few months ago. Over in Myanmar, they'll be given a handful of rice, and these are kids, oftentimes only 3 years old. They'll be given a handful of rice, dry rice, and sent across the border to go find this orphanage. And they'll drink water from leaves, walk through this war zone to get into Thailand to find the orphanage. And so sometimes they'll meet up with other kids and come together. So and so she had just come there, and actually her sister is in the orphanage too. And I think this is her sister, and she was there last year, and so she had just arrived from Thailand, or from Myanmar to Thailand. And then I just thought these are some nice pictures I took of the kids over there. You'll notice behind here is the wall that they built. And do you know what those are? They're plastic water bottles filled with paper. They had a problem that people will just throw out the water bottle when they're done drinking water over there, and then the water bottle will sit and mosquitoes will make more mosquitoes in them. And of course, they have malaria and dengue fever. And so what Momo had seen online somewhere, that somebody had a project where they would take plastic water bottles and fill them with paper and build walls with them. And so she started doing that at their orphanage. And so they built this like little kind of enclosed play area for the children to be in, out of these plastic water bottles. And actually, I think it's the UN has taken notice of this, and she went and talked at the UN recently about the project she'd been doing. with taking water bottles and turning them into buildings. And I think it was funny because she posted, somebody told me she posted online on Facebook when they called her to come to the U, and she said, it's been probably 30 years since I've worn a dress and heels. So, yeah. Yeah, so this is Kitty Pong. He's one of my kids that adopted me when I was there. So I don't have any children, and I came back with like 80-some kids now who have adopted me. So he was really cute. Yeah, I remember he would just follow me around and we were having church service, like Sabbath schools, and he would just come out and start following me around. And I didn't know if he was supposed to go back to the Sabbath schools or not. But the kids just wander around, and it's so cute. I don't know. He just started school, so whatever age that is. So yeah. And this is Nina. I think Nina, she was born without the back of her head. And so they found her, I can't remember where Momo found her at. She'd just been left somewhere, and she was born without the back of her head. And she got a doctor to put a plate in there. For the back, to take up the back of her head. So she's a really sweet miracle child. Cream? Yeah, it's part of the Karen children, or the Karens will do that. It's like they'll do that on Sabbath. So you'll notice that she's wearing the dress she has on is a traditional Karen dress, and so they'll wear that on Sabbath, and they'll put that painting stuff on their faces on Sabbath. So it's part of their the kind of the thing they do, their tradition. They also will pray, when they pray, they put their hands up like this, because God is, above us. You don't pray like this, you pray like this. So, and this is Tay. Tay's one of the children there at the orphanage. She's actually Thai, I think. And he just he has a father. He's not really an orphan. His father lives north of the orphanage, but he's not really a nice man. So Tay lives at the orphanage now. And this girl here, I can't remember her name, but she was found in a toilet. Somebody just deserted her, dropped her in a toilet when she was a child. She actually, does my laser still work? Her eye, because of that, her eye got infected and is now dead. But she really loved playing Uno, though. So it was her favorite game while we were there. She always wanted to play Uno, but yeah, she was just... And so Momo Cat finds these kids all over the place and brings them back to the orphanage, or people will bring them to the orphanage, or they walk across from the border. And this is Baby John. So Baby John, I can't remember what was wrong with him. I think they found him in a rice field. He's lived at the orphanage for a long time, but he couldn't hear, he couldn't see. He couldn't walk on his own, so the kids helped take care of him. And they got to where he could actually. The interesting thing is he can't see or hear, but somehow he could feel the music that when they would sing and play music when they have worship and things. So he's taking a nap right now until Jesus comes back. So. But he was, can you guess how old he is? 10? No, it surprises the students when they were told by Momo how old he was, 23 years old. Yeah, he's lived at the orphanage for most of that time with them, and they've taken care of him. And so then we go out into the community while we're there, and we do some some medical work. This year we went around with a massage therapist who took us to some places where some of the people had strokes or other problems going on. So this man over here had a stroke and he wanted to give up on life, but his wife is pretty stubborn and said no, and so she built all these things to help rehabilitate him. And so we went out and helped take care of him and just kind of spent time with him, getting to know them. And to be fair, since I had dogs in here, I decided to put in some cats because it's diverse. So, so these are just a cat around the community there. Yeah. And these are actually, and since I was on the roll of cats, I'll just talk about my 2 cats that adopted me at the Adventist University there. So these are the 2 cats. It might be the same cat, actually, but there's 2 of them that look the same. And they come out and like to see me. I mean, this was the second time when I arrived there this last year. She didn't want me to go inside my room. So, and I can't remember, the lady there who does the laundry told me their names. And I can't remember them. They're named after the flowers on the bushes. There's one that grows in the tree and there's one that grows in the bush. It's like Ramadan and something else. And I think it was Ramadan, which means stupid. And she said, because that cat's dumb. So anyway, yeah, I think that's the cat that liked me. So maybe it knew, maybe there's some commonalities there. I don't know. So here, this last year we went out to a refugee camp. So these are people who have come across the border and are living in a camp there from Myanmar. So we went there and we took them rice and things, and just got to know them a little bit. The interesting thing is when they come over from across the border, if they give birth in the refugee camp, the child is not considered Thai. The umbilical cord has to be cut by a Thai doctor in a Thai hospital for the child to be considered a Thai citizen. And so Momo, who's the ambulance driver for the area, goes out and has to get these babies still with their mother to the hospital so they can get a Thai doctor to cut the cord, and then the child can get a Thai government ID and go to school and live in the Thai and live there as a citizen. And so she has a hard time getting the people in the refugee camp to just not take a machete and chop the umbilical cord off themselves. She has to get them to understand that I need to come get the baby and the mother and take them to a hospital first. And so here we are at the camp. This is most of some of the people that came out from the camp to see us in our group. I took some Polaroid photos there of them, instant photos. And Pedrito, he really saw how the people at the camp really love those, because I was taking photos of their kids and them. And you think about it, if you don't have anything in the world, you're not going to waste money on photos. You're going to buy food. So those are probably the only photos they'll have of their kids growing up. So the matriarch here in the middle went and got everybody that was there to come out so they could get a group photo for her to have. So I took an instant photo of them. She was very excited about that. So just some more of the kids there at the refugee camp. And then I'll talk a little bit about how the kids learn about faith and Christ there at the orphanage. They don't have a lot of, they don't always have a lot of the resources and things that we do. So this was every Friday they have worship, a service, and they have communion. And so this is the communion wine, which is probably just Kool-Aid and Ritz crackers. And instead of a foot washing, because you don't touch the feet in Thailand, the feet are not considered something that I think like inappropriate to touch. You touch that person's feet. You don't put your foot pointed towards somebody because it's calling them a dog. And so So what Momo Cat does is she has the children go get somebody that they have offended during the week and wash their hands. And so she says we take that water and we flush it down the crapper so that everything is gone and forgotten about. And so you think about that's the spiritual lesson there about, forgiveness. You take it, you flush it down into the sewer, and it's gone. It's over. So you don't bring it up anymore. And so here we go, a little bit more about faith. So this is baby John and Kitty Pong. And so you can see, he's helping take care of him. So then that's, such an important thing for them to learn that's what Christ wanted us to learn, right? To take care of each other. And you can see her praying here, how they pray. So we have church at the bamboo school. So this is one of the Sabbath schools that happens. She has I think 4 or 5 different Sabbath schools that go on. So the Karen girls don't meet in the same Sabbath school with the Karen guys. And at church, they sit on opposite sides of the church from each other. And so you'll have the Thai Sabbath school, the Karen girls Sabbath school, the Karen boys Sabbath school, and then I think there's another Sabbath school. She's very thankful when we arrive because we have the English Sabbath school with her because she doesn't actually speak any Thai or Karen. So she's learned words, but yeah, she doesn't speak any of the languages there really. So she's always happy when we're there because we can have Sabbath school in English. And so this is just another one of the Sabbath schools that happen there. And then we have a church service, and all the kids come back and they read a scripture from the Bible at a church service. She'll have them stand up and read something or recite something sometimes too. And so here we are at the end before we leave the bamboo school. So these are a lot of the children that are there. Not as many as there was last year. I think we were leaving. I think they were at school or gone to other things. So the first year it was quite a number of kids were there, but so we're getting ready to head out. And so I think like what Randy said, who did Paul welcome into the family of God? Everyone. Yeah, he welcomed everyone into the family of God. So we welcomed all the people we meet along the trip into the family of God.
Are you planning on going back?
Yeah, I plan on going back this year. And I'm.
How many times have you been?
I've been twice already. So Pedrito has run the trip for 20 some years, I think. So we'll see what the future will be like. So I bought the ticket this year, so I'm going. So, yeah. I've been packed since December. Since we got back, I started packing for the next trip. So, so to close, I got ahead of myself here. So to close, I think we'll sing a song. I'll try to teach you a song we learned at the orphanage. And I've not been able to find this actual song, like the lyrics, or I know the lyrics, but the actual music for it anywhere. We had a hard time finding it, too, when we were over there, because Pedrito wanted some of our students to sing it in Spanish for the orphans, and we couldn't find it anywhere, either online. So we'll just sing through this song maybe once or twice. I guess we can stand, right? That's usually a good idea. This is our closing song, so wait, we're there already. I haven't fallen asleep yet. So this will be our closing song, and we'll sing it through twice. Does that sound good? And then we can sing it with the orphans. So, because I brought them with me. It's just in Jesus Christ, we are one family. In Jesus Christ, we are one family. from today until all eternity. In Jesus Christ, we are one family. Okay, so let's try it. You ready? In Jesus Christ, we are one family. In Jesus Christ, we are one family from today until all eternity. In Jesus Christ, we are one family. Okay, that sounds good. Do you think that's enough? Should we go on, right? Yeah, let's go on and try it with the orphans. Will this play?
Yes.
Yeah?
Let's see. Here we go.
Okay. Is there sound?
Okay, and when you sing it, you can move to it, okay? And you can clap. All right? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
And so, yeah, we're going back, Thailand outreach and cultural trip in August 19 through September 8. So that's the plan anyway, unless the Lord comes. So, I mean, that would be far better to see all these kids in heaven than to have to see them back in Thailand again. So,